Hello, Aries. Welcome in or welcome back to Midnight Morning Readings. We are here today to get us some clarifiers to your 2024 monthly messages that came out in December to see how the year is progressing. So your overarching energy card that you got for the whole year was the strategy card. And this is going to play as the overarching theme for the entire year. So we're going to see how that is going to be clarified with the month, as well as the two cards that you received for that was Indecision and the Mountain. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. So it's definitely a year of you treading very, very carefully into situations or into agreements or partnerships with eyes wide open. So I've already shuffled and Spirit has already popped out some additional clarifiers. So we're going to go ahead and clarify. So as your strategy card, you also got patience and planning as the clarifier. And that definitely wants to go hand in hand very, very significantly with the strategy card. Because if I remember from for the entire year, reading 2024 messages reading, this particular year you're going to want to be very, very cautious about everything you do. Don't run into anything, don't rush into anything, don't sign on the dotted line unless you have thoroughly investigated everything that is contained. Okay, so it may go against your nature, all right, of really just charging forward and just really ready to go to battle with everything. This particular year, it is going to be very advantageous for you to really step back and think about your move before you make it, okay? So for January, you got indecision. And so you started off this year, or at the end of last year, the end of December, going into January, you definitely started off with being faced with decisions. And so you've been spending a lot of time really contemplating your options and evaluating and doing a deep dive analysis into, okay, if I go this way and this happens, what am I going to do? And is this going to benefit me, or how am I going to see the returns on that decision? Because you also got fertility, and fertility in this particular, for some of you, yes, it could mean birth of a child, adoption of a child, but really what it talks about is cultivating and nurturing beginnings. Okay, so you've got this indecision card that's coming in, and what Spirit is really coming in and saying with these is they're going to be slow to start. So you don't have to rush in and make this initial decision. You need to really kind of nurture and see how they start to grow. Because you also got triumph, and this is where we talked about this earlier. This is where it is going to come in, and it is going to definitely play into your favor. Patience and planning. Really seeing how things are growing, how things are manifesting, and making your decisions after you see that, not before, and don't rush into them. You're going to start seeing the triumphs, the fruits of your labor, by actually stepping back, by waiting, by holding, by calling somebody's bluff. It's going to feel like it's going to go against your nature, but it is definitely going to benefit you in more times than not. So with that, as you are continuing to just kind of sit back, hold, see how the chess pieces are being moved, contemplating your next move, next 2 moves, 3 moves. For that, you also got the Mountain as a clarifier, as a message for this energy. And this really is pertaining to, this is the beginning of the year. There is a mountain that you are going to climb. But you also need to understand, with this particular card, you will get to the peak. You will get to the top. You will get to the top of that mountain. You will climb over the mountain. It is just setting the stage that this is going to be a year-long thing. So don't think once you get one of these indecisions done that it's okay and now we can go back to normal. And I really think Spirit is saying you're going to have to really be cognizant of your mindset as you're moving forward, because it will bring in material and spiritual prosperity for you. But it's gonna come in slow, if that makes sense. You're gonna get a little bit of an uptick by waiting back, and Spirit is going to come back and just say, okay, yes, it is, but remember, you have a long way to go. So not too much, just a little bit at a time as you're going through, because you got heartache and loss also, and this is a caution, and you got conflict and defeat, okay, along with material and spiritual prosperity with fertility. So as this month is working for you and it is playing out for you, Spirit is telling you, be very cautious as you proceed through this year. You've been poised with several decisions, like which way do I go? Okay, you're holding back, you're waiting to see how the pieces are going to fall, but at the end of the day, Aries, okay, if you rush into this and you try to climb this mountain too quick, too fast, you're going to tumble to the bottom and you're going to have to start all over again. So make sure that you are planning each step very carefully, and only set yourself little goals. Don't sit there and say, I need to get to the top of the mountain by the end of this month, okay? Just look up the mountain and say, okay, by the end of this month, I want to be to this point on the mountain. And if you're there before the end of the mountain, great. But if you're not, still reflect back on how far you have come. Because you move too fast and you're going to roll to the bottom. You're going to end up setting yourself up for failure. So you've got to take it slow and really think about your next steps as you're moving forward. So let's get a clarifier for this. Again, a message from Spirit. And you got peace is what popped out. Okay? And what I feel with this, the initial feeling when this came out with this, is reflection and meditation. You are going to have to really go against maybe your natural nature of charging forward, taking action, and getting control of things. Okay? Aries, you have a very strong sign. You're very, very much wanting to go in, get the job done. And this particular year, it's going to have to go at a very slow and steady, okay? So it's just confirmation that you're on the right track, that you are moving forward. And when you do get frustrated with how things are going, because they're not going forward fast enough or whatever the issue is, remember, take a step back and just be calm. Meditate, walk, do whatever you have to do in order to just curb that initial natural response. It's going to benefit you to stay calm and stand back and see how things play out before you plan your next moves. Okay, so there's your clarifiers for the month of January. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that like, subscribe, and share button on your way out, and we will see you back here next time, Aries. Thank you. Take care.